Thank you.
Can I keep this?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, board members. Tom.
Gene, the last meeting when I was here, when we had the last board meeting, you were gonna have, setting up a planning board meeting for the following Monday. And you said when you found out, you were gonna tell David, and David could put it up on the website. Well, the meeting came and went, and it didn't go up on the
Go
website.
on the website? I thought
So
it
who
was
dropped the
last
ball?
I had the minutes, but I don't think I had the announcement for the meeting.
week. I sent it to him. I thought I sent it to him. Sometimes I send stuff and it don't get where it's going.
Well, maybe should be some way to know that these things do take place. I mean, people, it seems like to me, people here in the town try to hide a bunch of stuff. It'd make it
We
hard
weren't
for,
hiding it. We put it on the radio. We started-
People look at the internet.
On both vehicles, on both
This-
buildings and the post office, so.
Yeah, but I mean, what-
Legally, that's all we gotta do, Tom. Legally, that's all we gotta do. We're trying to get more stuff on the,
it says here on the open meetings law, it says a public body that has the ability to do so, notice at the time and place of a meeting given in accordance with subdivision 1 and 2 of this section shall be conspicuously posted on the public body internet website. This is the open meeting law. They said if we have it, we put it on. Now, I don't understand why it doesn't get put up when we have this thing. Why don't we have the court dates? Why isn't that up on the website? So people that are coming here can look and see.
Tom, why don't you start providing all the information you want on there?
yeah,
You've never provided a single piece of information.
Well, you're the one that's in charge of it.
Yeah, but
Where do I get the information from?
You have ears.
you don't come to every meeting.
Yeah, and I have to be here for, is that my responsibility to be here?
Well,
for
you
every-
chose that you wanted to. I said, and originally,
You
a
wanted to
year,
pay money
a
to
year and
hire
ago,
somebody
yeah,
else to take
to
care
pay
of it.
somebody. What do you think? All right, what?
We ain't gonna get in a yelling match.
Okay, so if it's too much for David, then let's hire somebody. We can afford to pay other people to do other services in the town, whether it be carpenters, somebody looking at the trash, or whomever, to go put this stuff up.
Nobody paid me for being looking at no trash.
What is that, $50?
I paid you, Danny.
50,
Well, I
okay.
know it.
I know,
Okay.
I know you didn't know it, Danny.
So don't go.
I did.
Sit down. Sit down.
It's on.
I'm sick and tired of him running this
Sit
down.
down.
What in my mouth?
Off the board. You
What
don't
a-
know what the hell you're doing.
Oh, yeah?
Never did from day one.
Yeah?
Shut
Well,
your
how
mouth.
is it that I know about the $50 that we assigned for?
Because you get the bills and I don't.
That's right.
That's why you're talking and not listening. Maybe you should do more listening than talking.
You should.
All right, that's enough. Danny had no idea we were gonna pay him for that, for working on the dump day. Danny had no idea at all.
All right, so you paid it, fine. That's not the issue, but the
Yeah,
issue
but
is,
you brought it up as the
It
issue.
was an issue.
You brought it up as an issue.
right, he said, why don't I pay? Who gets paid? I said, he got paid for doing different things. So my point is, why don't we hire somebody that is gonna put stuff on the internet, so, on the website, so people can see what's going on in Ava?
We got one person in this town that wants all this on the website.
And that's you.
And that's
Well, I'm the only one speaking for the rest of the people,
Well, for who?
for the rest of the people in this town, the
Danny,
taxpayers.
You stay quiet right now. You stay quiet.
There's so many people out there, why aren't they here voicing their opinion? You're the only one that ever brings it up.
Because I'm speaking, that's who hired me.
Who's come
That's
to
how I
you?
won.
Who's come to you and
51
asked
people
for
hired
this
him.
repeatedly? Who are all these people, Tom? Who are they?
People, different people.
Who?
They want to know.
How come you're the only one that gets
What's wrong with
requests?
sharing information? What's the problem?
Nothing.
Do you have a problem with sharing
Now, wait a
information?
minute. I got something to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we hire somebody and we don't give them the information, so what good's it gonna be anyways?
Well, it seems to me that David's too busy.
No, no, he
No,
doesn't
that
have.
is not-
Why don't
it's
you
not
give
his
him the information you like him to
responsibility
put
to
on
get
the
the information.
website?
I will. That's not a problem.
Well, then
That's not a problem.
Then it's solved.
Just
Okay.
so you
Then
give
the
David the
problem is
information you
solved.
want on the internet. You put it
Okay.
on.
As long as you tell me when, Gene tells me when the meetings are.
You sat
That's not a
right here,
problem.
You
Sitting
talked
there
about
listening
it.
to it.
You sat right at the
Just wait a minute,
last
just wait a
town
minute.
board
I know, I
meeting,
know.
and you heard when that meeting was gonna be.
No, you hadn't contacted everybody. you said that you had 2 people to get a hold of. And
there
you
was
hadn't done that
one
yet.
that was-
And that was the last word.
And there was 3 notices. I called the radio station. They publicized it from Friday to Monday.
How many people do you see walking down the street looking at a newspaper as opposed to looking at their, walking like this, pushing buttons?
I
People, this is
guarantee you
the,
they're not
this is the
looking
day
at
of the
our
internet.
website if they're pushing buttons on
This is the day of the internet. Now, why not, let's get up to speed and put the information
All
out
right,
there.
you just email David what you want on the internet, then he'll.
Well, I have to tell, I don't know, nobody tells me when they have a planning board meeting. I'll get, email David, that's not a problem. I'm not afraid to do some work. I'm not afraid to go to some extra classes to learn how other towns run. You don't hear me complaining about it.
Who's complaining?
Who's complaining?
David.
I have a real quick solution for this. I'm done with the webpage.
All right.
You hire somebody to take care of it. from
So,
here
so,
forward.
so we have nobody to do web pages now.
Okay, so then we hire somebody.
Who you gonna hire?
Well, I'll put out some look. I'll spend the time and I'll find somebody that will.
Let's hire David. Let's pay him to do it.
No, I did it, and I've been doing it since I got off the board, and I've been taking care of it for at no cost. I thought I was putting everything up on there. Joe, have I kept up with your stuff? Okay.
Well, I apologize. If you didn't get it, I apologize. I swore I emailed it.
I don't think we have a problem.
He does an excellent job. If I send him a form I want put up there, it's up there, he sends it to me, he says it's up there, review it, let me know the money.
And one simple question, Tom. Did you ever make a mistake?
Of course, I made a lot of them. And I'll continue to make some more.
Okay, that's probably true. David is not responsible for gathering the information to put on that website. He was only responsible for putting it on there when the information is provided. If the information is not provided, don't go to him and complain that he's not putting it on there. Whoever was supposed to tell
Gene
the
Dana.
person responsible. Maybe she
What do you
hit a wrong button. Maybe she forgot to get it out. Don't turn it into a big issue.
Well, let's not make it a big issue.
Necessary. You make the biggest issue out of this website, and how many people do you know absolutely yourself, because you look at it? I look at it once in a great while. How many people do you absolutely know look at that website to glean information from it? How many? I don't want everybody. I don't want the townspeople. How many?
You
Give me
asked.
a number.
Okay,
A number.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. You asked, I'll give you a number in a minute. Now, you asked Gene Brown, the last time that I checked was probably 4 or 5 months ago, they had 100 and some odd hits that looked at the website. 100 and some odd. Right there. Now I can go check in the next meeting or tomorrow. I could find out exactly and have her, and I can email you to tell her how many people are looking at it.
Yes, during what period of time, too? I mean, 100 people look at it in a year's period of time?
No, that's for a
100 people
month.
look at it in
For a
in
month.
week.
That's for a month. A month.
So,
But Gene and
So,
I use it a lot. just
That's an
to get
indication.
Permits.
Right.
If we're printing off a permit, we'll go to that website, print off the permit. Or if we're looking for a law or something, we go to the website.
I go on it looking to see what they're doing with the test site
So-
review and all these other things.
So there could be 50 hits right there.
picky,
I'm not being picky. It's called being informative to the public.
say, the meeting wasn't posted, well, is there a reason? Ask a question rather than
I did. I thought I solved it last meeting when Gene, we're talking about having a meeting. I said, tell David.
Thank you, David.
The accusation that this town board is trying to hide something from the public is absolutely absurd.
It's not an accusation. It's why is it difficult? What do you go? No.
You're accusing us of trying to hide information.
Well, you're making it difficult to find out stuff.
It says right here, when's the planning board meeting? When's the planning board meeting?
I
It's
don't-
the first Wednesday of the month. When so called.
Danny. What else you got, Tom?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's one thing. Kenny, it says here, the town superintendent of highways must make a written inventory of all machinery, tools, and implements owned by the town, indicating each article and stating the value of the estimated cost of repairs to be delivered by the 30th of September. Well, how come we don't do that? How come you don't do that?
You got one.
No, when was that inventory taken? And where's the cost, the value of what it is?
Half that stuff was there when I went there. I don't know what the value of it is.
Well, I mean, this is part of your job. This is what the state says that we're supposed to have, town highway law, that we're supposed to have a value of what this stuff is. You got a value on trucks, now why not the tools? Why aren't we doing that? Why aren't you?
I guess I'm not doing my job, then, my Tom.
No, you're not doing this part of it. I'm not saying you're not doing your job. You're just not doing this part of it.
Well, yeah, you are.
No, well, you're not doing this part because it says it's due by the 30th. So
You
why
got
isn't
one.
it
You
presented?
got one. Where
Yeah, I
is
got it.
it? Okay, what do you want?
The values, what the values of all of
I
this
don't
stuff
know.
is.
He wants the values of this.
This is what,
One 50-foot air hose. I don't know what the values are.
this
I don't know what. Yeah, what difference does it make?
it's still what the law says, the values of what,
What do we need to know that for?
it could be for insurance. What's the value of all this stuff worth? We could be underinsured. I talked about insurance before. But if you don't know the value, how can you state what the insurance is gonna be?
You can be overinsured too.
I understand that, but it all starts with, what's the value? And you're not doing that.
I guess I'm not doing the job, Tom.
No, you're not doing this part of it. I didn't say not doing your job, you're just not doing this. What is stated that town highway law that you're supposed to do by the 30th of September.
Right there it is.
No, it's not values, it's partial.
Well,
It isn't,
I'm doing
it
part of my
doesn't.
job then.
What's that?
I'm only doing part of my job then, right?
No, you're just missing on this part. It's not all the information is here. It's not complete. There isn't a date on it when the inventory was done.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey, if you're gonna do something, why not do it right? How many pages are there here? I know, there's 12. They should have numbers on it, don't you think?
Why should they have numbers on it?
What if one page is missing? Then how are you gonna know what page is missing?
Oh, I'm not saying no more.
What else you got, Tom?
Well, it left, so we can't say that. Okay. What about the inventory, what about the inventories for the town clerk and the justice? How do we have inventories for that stuff? Of what they have, what they, what the town clerk has, computers, what the values are, and things like that?
Probably not.
You don't think it's a good idea to have it? You don't think so, Steve?
Tom, to be honest with you, I really haven't given that
Oh.
a tremendous amount of thought. I guess I'm not doing my job either.
You don't think? It's just a simple thing. You don't think,
John.
does Gaetano have an inventory of their tools?
Gaetano's got nothing to do.
No, it's
This
about
meeting.
a matter of,
I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm done talking to you, John.
What else you got, Tom?
all right. I went today to see about the bank, about the thing. Why can't I see what the bank statements are?
Those bank statements aren't got nothing to do. When you look at those bank statements,
Yeah,
there's nothing for you to look at. Because you have no idea what checks are cashed, what checks are still out, and like that. So the totals in the bank don't mean nothing to you.
not totals, but I want to see where seeing how money is spent.
You get that every month.
That's only part of it.
No,
Oh,
all
really?
right here.
All of
Every
it.
check,
Alright.
every check's in this.
All right,
All of it.
It's all right there, right listed right in the columns.
all right. So anyway, for the future, I want to see the bank statements every month.
Huh?
Can
I wanna see the bank
speak to
statement.
that? Can I just make a statement to that?
Yeah.
They can't show you that information. I worked for a bank for 35 years. If they show you that information, they're done. they lose their job because you're not a signer on the account, you have no right to that.
No, they said that she told me at the bank, if you get authorization from the town, you can
right,
see
you
it.
could.
That's
You
right.
could. You could.
Okay,
Somebody
so
else,
that,
but-
so that's not about being
So
done.
you're not
But you're
entitled-
not gonna get it, so, I mean,
What do you mean you're not gonna get it? Why
you're not
wouldn't
gonna get it,
you? Why not?
because I ain't gonna give it to you.
Why?
Because I ain't. I don't, the other people are looking in the bank statements,
Listen to me.
monkeying up everything else up.
You're the only one that's in charge of town money?
That's right.
Well, there's four other people on this board, other than you.
And they give me permission every January 1st, or first meeting in January, to do that, to do all the banking for the town. I've done this since I started. Nobody else has ever, every check we get in has never been signed. There's never been a check on the, I never signed a check. It's always for deposit only on every check that went through this town. And if you go by what we give you every month, you can see how it goes. I mean, how much money's deposited, how much money's spent, and it's all right there for you. But you choose not to look at it, or you don't.
No, I'm asking questions. I'm just looking for answers.
I give you answers.
Well, some of your answers I don't find satisfactory.
Well, good for you then. Give me them back. You ain't gonna look at them either. If you wanna get a lawyer and you wanna look at them, you come right ahead. If you wanna get the controller's office here to do an audit on the books, you bring them right on.
I will, if I think it's prudent. If it's prudent, I think I would.
Okay,
That's
do
not
it.
a question.
Do it.
Can I ask, what do you think we're hiding?
Pardon me?
What do you think we're hiding?
I don't know. When we had an extension. We said that one of the people who were interested in buying a test site. Okay, you said we gave them 6 months. Well, then Jim says, and then as it came out the next board meeting, well, we gave him an extra 3 months. I said, well, why wasn't I informed? Oh, we had 3 votes and yours wouldn't have counted. You chose not to even put me in that loop. That's why how I am, the way that I am.
This is why you're not in the loop.
That's right, you're not.
You're nothing but
But what?
antagonistic.
Antagonistic. I'm trying to look out for the welfare of the town.
But did we get paid those 3 extra months? Yes, we did. We got money for those 3 extra months, so what harm did it do?
I don't know.
No, the thing was, I wasn't involved. I'm part of the board.
Okay, but we got money for those 3
Okay.
We had a meeting and you didn't show up, so I mean. that's
No,
all.
it's not a meeting. You didn't tell me. You didn't, it said you're supposed to email 72 hours prior to a meeting that you're supposed to inform all board members of a tentative meeting coming up. You didn't do that.
We were all informed.
You didn't do that. Maybe you were, I wasn't. That's not doing your job. That's not saying, that's one thing that you didn't do.
Can I
I'm not
ask a
saying-
question? If you're so under what, us doing our jobs, why is it every time we have had a meeting since you've been on this board, you never make one motion? Ever. Ever. I never heard you say, I make a motion to accept that, or I second. Never, and that's in.
What does that have to do with running it?
I'm asking you.
Why? What does that have to do with it?
Participation.
It's called participation.
It is, I am
What are you
participating.
doing your
I'm
job?
voting. What do you call that? That's participation.
Not very loudly, you're taping all of us, but you're not saying anything.
I've said plenty.
Not voting.
All right, what else you got, Tom?
What's that?
What else you got?
Where's Justin Bader?
I don't know where you are.
Why isn't he doing his part with the rural land use laws? He's supposed to come. You said he was coming to the next meeting. You know, he was talking to the attorney to resolve the legal issues or whatever, the legal questions. Okay, that was 3, 4, 5 months ago. Why isn't that being done? Why can't that be done over the email? Why?
I don't know if they have or not. They're both not here, so I can't.
Yeah, I know. Again, so it goes for a 7th month. And no action. If he's too busy, maybe he should do something else. It says, okay, the town had a comprehensive survey back a few years ago that said a tremendous number of people wanted a park. I asked Jean where the copy of the thing was. She has no clue. Where did this information come from? Where is it?
It's upstairs.
Where? Jean doesn't know where it is. She's the records keeper.
It's upstairs in the back room over there someplace and it shows, I don't know, I think there's much of them up there, ain't there? And that old little desk. Well, they're all gone?
Somebody probably took them.
Said the Town of Ava Park Committee. Background, a few years ago, the Town of Ava conducted a townwide comprehensive survey and identified an excessive majority of town residents that wanted to see a park developed. There's a statement here, but where's the information to back it up?
We have it.
Where is it? This is organized. Where is it?
You got us, John.
Man, it sounds like nobody's doing their job.
Don't twist it. You aren't doing part of it.
What's that?
I said you didn't do part of your job. Part of it. You didn't put the values down. You didn't do that part of your
No,
job.
you told me.
I know. So you're not doing your job. So don't exaggerate. I said one part. That's it. For me.